Hey guys, we're live, and I just want to say thank you for coming in. And I'm just going to go up and say hello to the people in the chat. Claude, hey, how you doing, darling? Mothman 46, Asgard Studios. Whoop whoop. We have Robert Stanton, which is hey, how you doing, darling? Mothman 46.
Hey, Derek, you have to quiet the YouTube.
I got it.
Okay.
I didn't realize it was going in the background. I'm like, what in the hell's going on? Okay, sorry.
I was like, is that my voice? I'll lower it because that sounded terrible. And anyway,
you're fine.
Roger doesn't know the rules. It's Roger's fault.
Do you know County Droner, which is Robert, is in the house. Grumpy Vlogger. Let me see, is here. Mason Kaiser, hey, how you doing? And Logan Carpenter, hi. Chris Hope, whoop whoop. Mr. Doughboy, I saw your live stream. Let me see. Yeah, so today I am interviewing Prop-wash. And oh, I don't care about the rules. How are you, darling? He's over in Greece. So we have in our panel, we have, of course, Droning About Northwest, Russ. Hey, Drone Shop. Oh, Exploration Obsession. Just want to say hi to you too. And we have Prop-wash, who I'm interviewing tonight, and then of course, our one and only Roger. Hey. We were talking right before we came on, so we're still all a little laughy about that. Okay. Hi, East Banner. Ha ha hi. Okay. So I think, hey Brent Nunley, how you doing? We have Brent in here. I'm gonna look here, and I got Turn Journey. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna start with Prop-wash. Prop-wash, when did you start first doing YouTube?
YouTube now has probably been, oh man, I'd say maybe a year ago. It was last fall, and it was originally more or less just to store footage. I really, wasn't looking to make something for people to watch.
So when I went on, hi Flight Fanatics, Flight Fanatics was on those guys. So that's where I met him. So when I went on your stream, were you first flying a little airplane wing thing?
Yeah. So I originated more from fixed wing aircraft. I learned to fly radio controlled airplanes with a aircraft called a Typhoon 3D, which is a full 3D acrobatic airplane. And I did that, oh my, I was probably 17, 18 when I started with the airplanes.
Okay. Okay, it's my dog. He had a question. He'd like to know why you didn't send any treats via your drone to him.
Not enough batteries.
So you left doing the wings, and now you're flying other stuff, right? But you're still building wings. Isn't that what I saw you building?
Yep, I actually have a couple projects going. The one that I'm focused on most as far as the fixed wings go is the Nano Goblin copy or knockoff, I guess. Yeah, and it's basically sheets of dollar store sheet foam and styrofoam cooler.
Wow.
Nice.
And a carbon fiber pod.
That was looking pretty awesome when I saw it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. As soon as I get a little bit warmer weather here, and we're there, and I can get out there. I just got to do the sanding basically, finish sanding, and then control surfaces, and it's pretty much there. So it's definitely getting close.
So what was your fascination with the planes, the fixed wings?
Well, my grandfather, he had a small private airport, and he had several aircraft actually. Everything from, he had a Stinson Reliant, which is a very rare plane with a huge, humongous 13-cylinder radial engine in it, all the way down to a little decathlon. He had a decathlon that was really wild. But yeah, I remember when I was probably about 12, 13. And we took one of the small planes and we flew all the way from, we lived in central Indiana at the time, or I did. And we flew all the way to Michigan to a small restaurant that is built around aircraft and had a runway and everything. And so that was really what got me hooked. And he let me fly on the way back.
Wow.
And yeah, and then we did he did a nosedive at the runway and a steep climb, and we hit zero gravity, and that was it for me. I was hooked. Anything that could fly, man, was quite appealing.
So do you fly planes now, or just the recreational?
Just the RCs. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the means for an aircraft. I wish I did, because I certainly would like to have like a little Piper Cub or something, an adventure plane.
Oh yeah, yeah. So what did your grandfather end up doing with all the planes?
Well, he held on to them until he passed, and yeah, it eventually went with the estate. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a sad day, but it's life.
It is. It is. But
all good things
it's so
come to an end.
powerful to have those kind of memories, of flying with your grandfather.
Well, one of the coolest ones, and one of the ones I tend to share with people, is not too many people can say that they've watched the sunset twice in one day. And that's exactly what what we did. We sat there, we watched the sunset, took off, and watched it set again, and then landed. And that was something I'll never ever forget. That really opens your eyes up to the reality of what the real world is around you, and physics, and yeah, it probably has a lot to do with why I'm the way I am.
Yeah. So let me say real quick, hello to a few more that came in. We had Ivy came in, Rick Halper, we had Paul come in, Novice Quads, nice stream today, Novice Quads. We have, let's see, let me go down my list. I don't want to forget anybody. Old Guy in a Drone, Mitch is in the house. Papa Doc FPV is in the house. If I'm missing anyone else, the O Skyview Walker's in the house. Help at Home is here. So glad to have you all here. So where were you raised? Were you raised near your grandfather?
Yeah, central Indiana, just south of Indianapolis. So a little Shelbyville. Used to be a small town. It's gotten a lot bigger. They put a casino out there, incidentally. And yeah, it got a lot bigger after that. But mostly farm community out there. It's all flat land, really wet, always humid, and windy.
Right. Bye, IBE. Thanks for coming in. So, and now you're in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
What brought you to Colorado?
Well, incidentally, I had basically decided I was done with the casino industry after 6 years of chasing that dollar, and across 2 different states, from Indiana to Ohio, 3 different full facilities. So I got over that, and was on vacation, a hiatus essentially. And a friend of mine decided that he wanted to come out for vacation, and he says, "Hey man, I'm taking off to Colorado. We're going to be out there for almost a week. If you help drive out there, I've got a place for you to crash."
Okay, so I think I missed something. and I apologize.
No.
You got tired of casinos.
Yes, yeah. Sorry, I jumped into. So
No, it's okay. But I'm wondering, did I miss you say something about casinos?
Well, so I'll go back then. So while I was in Indiana,
Okay.
they opened up that casino, and that was kind of where I started a career unknowingly at that time.
Really?
And,
What
yeah,
kind of career was that?
I'm sorry.
What kind of career was that?
Well, so I ended up in of all things, the finance department of the casino. So handling all the money, and as a guy that was dyslexic and constant, like I was terrible with numbers. Math was never my strong suit. I ended up becoming a supervisor, and went on to open a casino as a supervisor as well as a cashier. And I've held about every position that you can have in a casino in the finance department. Other than I didn't go any higher than cage manager. I was first shift lead. So yeah, I was like number 3 in the finance department, number 4 in the finance department. It was a wild time. It was really something else.
So what turned you away from that?
The casino environment itself. It can become it's a lot of fun, and it can be enjoyable. But when you're there 8, 10, 12 hours a day, you start to see a different side of it. You see a lot of people that have given up everything for an addiction, for the hope at a chunk of money to make their lives, better. But it just usually does not happen. I've only seen it happen that I've seen. There was one gentleman. He owned a big construction company. He spent almost $100,000 that year.
Oof.
He hit $120,000 jackpot, and after taxes and everything, that just covered. He broke even for the year.
Oh.
That was good. That don't usually happen. Usually they just leave 100,000 down. But sometimes they do hit. But yeah, so you see that, but you see it on the smaller end with the guys that only got $50 or $100, and then they end up spending $500. They spend their rent money, and then I've had people try to sell me almost brand new cars for a couple grand.
Oh, wow. So if you want a new car, the casino parking lot is where you find one for the best price then, huh?
Man, I'm not trying to give anybody any ideas. There's some desperate people in casino parking lots at times, for sure.
Yeah, because let me say hi to, hold on, I just saw, oh, no, I lost him. It's, oh my gosh, Rolling Homestead. Hello. So I'm sorry, I'm so interested in this because when I go to a casino, I went to meet Just Having Fun, one of our content creators, and I went down and met her, and I won $1,000 like the first day.
Yeah.
And then I slowly started giving it back because I felt bad. I thought maybe.
Felt bad,
but it helped me pay for the hotel, all the food we ate.
Yeah,
nice.
To me, that's a good vacation. I
love hearing that. Yeah, that's great.
But if they took everything and more, I would not have been a happy camper.
Well, I tell you, as far as somebody that gambles, I just recently, overall for my life, have come out ahead by about $300, and I've only ever spent a couple hundred in my lifetime in casinos.
Wow.
Yeah, I hit a little chunk of money on a slot machine, just farting around up there with good company, and I ended up coming out ahead. So, and of course, I ain't been back since. I don't know that I'll go back.
No, stay ahead.
I got the money. I ain't giving it back.
Just don't ever go back.
That's great advice.
So when you were working in the finance department, what was the most amount of cash you've like literally held in your hand? Because you had to have held a lot of cash.
Oh man. So just to give a quick answer at one time, I don't know, how much can you physically hold in your hands?
I mean, for me, a pallet, I would definitely give it a try.
Well, let's see.
I'd get my hot glue gun out. I'd have it all over me.
I could probably carry about $1 million in $100 bills in my hands.
Ooh.
I've been responsible for over $11 million before.
See, I wouldn't want that responsibility.
It's not as bad as it sounds. It's really not, because it's not just you. Even if you were the lead person there and you're responsible for coming up with the answers, you still have a team of people to help you figure things out. And you got policies you can refer to and SOPs and. But there's definitely some unique challenges. You meet some really strange characters, and I've definitely met a lot of characters for sure.
Oh my gosh. So then you decided you were done. You were done with that, and you decided that you were going to move out to Colorado.
Yep. And the decision, it was actually a really quick decision in the grand scheme of things. So a friend of mine said that, hey, I'm going to go out here for, 5 days. I think it was 5 days, 4 or 5 days. And, we're going to go check out Colorado, go drive around, hit Denver and Colorado Springs. And, but we need help driving out there. If you drive, I'll make sure, you've got a place to crash.
Nice.
And, yeah, a good friend of mine, Dwayne. And so, yeah, that's what we did. And we was out here for 4 or 5 days. And I fell in love with the place. I mean, the mountains alone is enough for me to want to be out here. They're, coming from a place where it's nothing but flat and muddy and wet and really humid, and I loved it out here. No bugs flying around. I had to clean a bug off my windshield in like 4 or 5 years. That's something.
Wow.
So I missed it, Derek. What part of Colorado are you in now?
So I'm in Colorado Springs.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Corey, man. Help at home? We'll see you later. Thanks for coming in.
Sorry, my daughter was humming in the background. I forgot I was online.
How you doing?
Hey, life is still happening, man.
Yeah. So when you went out, were you single? Was it just you?
When I went out, moved out here to Colorado. So when I moved out here, my girlfriend Lisa, she I told her what was going on, and she decided that she wanted to come out here with me, and her kids are grown, and so she sold all of her stuff that she didn't want or need, and we packed up and drove out here.
Nice.
And so you've been there how long?
Let's see, I think 4 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, going on 4 years, I believe.
I had family that lived in the Boulder and Greeley. Greeley, is that right next to?
I believe Greeley's out that direction.
Yeah. And then also this summer, actually, there's a mountain that's named after one of my. He's my great grandfather. But it's down by Durango. So.
Oh, nice.
So my family, we have every 5 or 6 years we go out there and climb that. I love Colorado. Like you say, man, the mountains there, they're just something different. Because every other state in the whole country, it's like, a 13,000-foot mountain is their tallest, whereas Colorado has like 600 or something like that over 13,000.
Oh, yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, we've got, and that's what I love about it here, man. Right where I'm at. So if I head west, I got the beautiful mountains. If I head head east, I got the rolling plains. You know, I head south, I got the desert, which I love. I'm odd. I like the desert. You know, and then it's you got variety out here as far as terrain goes.
Yep.
You know.
Hey, Ricky Dev.
What's the highest you've ever flown at, like elevation wise?
In a real aircraft?
Oh no, with one of your
with a quad?
Yeah. Like how high into the mountains have you gone and then flown?
Oh, gotcha. I actually since I've been flying the quads and have been good enough to fly them, I've had a back injury and haven't really ventured too far since. But I have surgery coming this coming week, Wednesday. So hopefully I can start getting recovered from that, man, and really, because I cannot wait to get up in the mountains and go fly that thing and go. You know, I want to go hike some trails and get to some places that no one else has ever went and done some FPV stunts. You know,
Yep.
Create that super unique content.
So you have a problem with your back, is that right?
Yes. I've so go ahead and start in the beginning on this one too. So when I was about 11 years old, I was into ATVs and off-roading and stuff. I was a gearhead basically since I could be a gearhead. Anyways, I was really big into off-roading, and I had an ATV accident basically, and I crushed one of the discs in my back, the L4, L5 disc, and it also cracked the vertebrae a little bit because as the vertebrae healed, it grew a bone spur, and so I ended up all kinds of pain and issues. I had surgery when I was 26, and have been really good ever since, up until 6 months ago, and I did some stupid stuff I shouldn't have been doing, and
that's crushed that disc
right? What's that?
I said that's the fun stuff, though, right?
Hey man, you know, I used to say you only live once, but you know.
But then everybody can take that back and put it right back on you. You only live once, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, try to extend that life, even if you only live once, right?
That's it. Now, I took that saying the wrong way up until a couple years ago, you know. You know. So, but I got another surgery set up for Wednesday. It's the same damn disc too, the L4, L5.
Right.
So they're gonna do what they call a microdiscectomy and remove part of the disc and the scar tissue, and then, you know, I'm hoping at the very least I'll be good for another 4 or 5 years, you know.
There you go.
And of course I'm going to really get serious about getting back in the gym, and, you know, as I'm healing up, you know, of course, taking time to heal, but focus a lot more on my health.
So Prop-wash, who do you fly with in your area?
So there's only a couple. Kyle, good friend, and everybody I fly with, I've met off of Facebook.
Okay.
So, and actually it was an odd chance. I was making a repair on one of my quads, and I needed a $2 part, of course. And, you know, it was going to be a couple weeks to get it from China, the piece I needed. So I put a filler out, if you will, on Facebook. Hey, has anybody got one of these $2 parts I could get from you, you know? And a couple people contacted me. Yeah. And the one guy, Kyle, we fly most weekends, you know, when I'm filling up to it.
I drone bum.
But and then I flew with Ickfly from the Misfits.
Yes.
Which he was a pretty cool cat. But for the most part, I'm solo. Whoever. Honestly, I'm guy, Toby, he's up from Denver, and he's actually traveled down to the Springs to come hang out and check out, what we're flying and stuff. 'Cause he's been out of it for a couple of years, I guess. So getting back in the loop, we showed him what we was up to, anyways.
Yeah, those Misfit guys, man, they are so much fun.
Yeah, they're right, man.
They are hilarious to watch.
Yeah, are you in their group?
I watch their group. I guess I'm on their Facebook channel and stuff, but I don't have any FPV stuff to actually do like any of the challenges and gain the acceptance of the completing one of the challenges. But soon, I'm on the simulator and trying now. But yeah, those guys are so much fun. I would love to fly with some of those guys.
I tell you,
how would you like to know if you fly with Flipside?
Yeah.
I haven't flown with Flipside. Actually, Flipside was the other cat that got a hold of me for that $2 part. And yeah, we've just, never gotten the scheduling, jiving right to get it together, But yeah. I definitely would. He seemed like a cool dude. We stood there and talked for probably half hour,
Yeah, he is. And his wife, Miss Kay, she's lovely. And she's a good flyer with that.
Yeah, he told me she was into it. That's cool.
She's a great flyer.
There's not too many females that are into it. I wish there was more of it. I mean, why not?
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, there are a few. Just have to look for them.
It'll get there, but I sometimes worry about it because they'll probably outdo all of us guys. I mean, they'll be better than we are.
That's our plan. Hold on, let me see the secret plan.
You never know. Yeah, look, she's there. They got it written down.
Yeah, that's part of our plan.
And after that, then we're all put in cages. No.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see. Put Russ in a cage. Give his wife the key. Yeah, that's in the plan.
Oh man, that key will be buried like 10 feet deep, and then she'll make sure she forgets about it. No.
That's right. Hey, Lewis.
Well, guys, I hate to cut out so early, but I got to get going. The wife's parents are coming over for dinner tonight and stuff. But it was great to talk to you, Justin. Again, and everybody else in chat. Okay, I need opinions. Does Derek somewhat sound like Seth Rogen? Just a little bit. Not looks, just his voice sounds like if you close your eyes, you hear Seth Rogen. I need at least one person to agree with me, even if you're just being nice.
Look, I don't know, Johnny Bad Northwest. I don't know.
Oh, I can't be alone with this. Somebody's got
to. I'll still take it as a compliment.
Oh yeah.
No one is saying yes.
Oh, thank you, Jerry. Even if Jerry's just being nice to me, I'll take it. All right, hey guys, have a great night. We'll talk to you later. I might be able to listen and stuff. I just won't be able to be on and talk to you guys. So
yeah, don't let him catch you listening when you're supposed to be at dinner with the in-laws.
Yeah. Well, that's what the secret headphone in the pocket is. So you just like this, every now and then.
Well, it was good meeting you, Russell.
You too, man. See you guys later.
All right, bye.
Bye, Roger.
He so cracks me up. Oh my gosh. So you started with your I'm just gonna start rolling right again. So you started with the planes.
Yep.
Then you went to, let me see. I have to pull it back up. Which one did you go to right after the planes?
I ended up skipping to we did the casinos, I believe. I think that's where I threw you, right? Was
yeah.
Yep. And then what was it after that? Let's see.
Okay, so you did the fixed wings, and then if I look at your channel again, I watched almost every video you had in here. And at first, the Timber FPV. Is that the plane?
So yeah, it was a UMX Timber. So that was the first plane I had. So I guess I took a little break from RC for probably the most of my casino stint. And so I just had recently gotten that plane about a year ago, UMX Timber. And I got my DX6i transmitter at the same time. And yeah, I was just had the intentions of getting back into flying the model planes and stuff, and just wanted something that was small enough to fly in the park, casual, easy to fly, because I hadn't flown in years, and yeah, that was what got kind of that was the start. That was the slippery slope,
Right, because you went into the Eachine EV800 FPV. Was that the because you did a review on goggles, I thought
Yep.
was a good one. And then the Inductress.
The Inductrix, yeah. So that was my first jump into the quads with the FPV goggles. But before I made the jump to the quads, I'd found a small camera to put on the airplane. And I should probably mention, I had also made an earlier attempt, a small attempt at FPV at some point while I was in the casino industry, moving around. It was my cousin's old plane. It was an F4U Corsair, and I was making tons of money. So I blew like $800, got everything I ever wanted, put it all together, and then lost it. Realized I had no idea what I was doing, nor the time to sit around and figure it out. So I gave up on it, and then, I got that timber, and then I stumbled across that little pod with the camera for $40 that got me into doing it FPV style, and then that's shortly after that was when I made the jump to the little micro indoor quads for the little, the little tiny whoops or Inductrix.
Right. Yeah, I was going to bring up that because I think when I first started these interviews, had I seen that, I wouldn't have known what it was.
Yeah.
I know what it is now. Hey, Letterman, welcome. So, yeah, because that is, there we go. I was just clicking on you. So that, where did you get that one? Did you make this one yourself or did you buy it?
That gate there? So that's a pre-made gate. That's actually from an awesome company called Tiny Whoop.
Okay.
Started by a guy named Jesse Perkins, and awesome company. They actually sent me like 8 of those. I've got a bunch more hanging up over here for free because of I think I may have told you guys actually. So I had an incident happen with a lady out here, and
yes,
she thought I was dive bombing her and called, the manager. And so I went directly to the manager and she got that all straightened out. And the manager comes to find out she thinks they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. She's going to let me start racing them in the office once they finish getting it remodeled. No. And yeah, so that was a really good feel-good story. And then so one of the guys on there that works at Tiny Whoop, he wanted to send me a bunch of gates for sharing my experience with everyone and keeping it positive,
Nice.
Yeah, because the maintenance men really dig them. I think they're gonna get a couple when I go over there and start racing. I'm hoping, anyways.
Yeah. Then you're gonna have your own kind of tribe there.
Yep.
Very nice. So, FPV Adventure chasing the AXIAL?
The AXC2 or AXC, yeah, the truck. Yeah, so that's that's a rock crawler. A buddy of mine, Dave Ritz. I was trying to get him into the tiny whoops and stuff, but he's a gearhead also, and he never played with RC cars growing up like I did. I was very fortunate. So he's getting into the rock crawlers real big. And so when I do get to go over there, I try to chase them around a little bit, you know, because I love chasing things with the quads. That is probably one of the funnest things to do with a quadcopter is chase something.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because that is, I'm looking in here. So this shows that you've really only been on YouTube, at least the ones you've left up, for 6 months.
Oh, you're kidding me. It's only been 6 months?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I thought it was like a year ago. My goodness. Wow.
It
I
just
felt
feels like that, Prop-wash.
wow. I could have swore it was like last summer. I guess not.
No, I'm looking at it. Yeah, because I usually try to follow how long people have been on when I go to do the interview. Yep. Now I'm all lost in here. So tell me what your favorite drone is.
My favorite all around is this little fella right here, little Mobula 7.
The Mobula.
Yep, that has been one of my funnest quads, and probably taught me lessons quicker than I could have learned them on the 2.5. Just for the simple fact it's durable. You can really wreck the heck out of this thing, you know. And
so Dilligaff was really kind of into his Mobula. FPV tutor.
Yeah. Yeah, they're outstanding quads, and they fly great just right out of the box. You don't really have to mess with them, and that's part of the magic for me. I know a lot of people like to buy them and upgrade the, you know, and I mean you definitely can. You can upgrade the frame and put a higher VTX, you know, higher power VTX in it, a better camera, but all that stuff adds weight, and that takes away from the magic that makes the Mobula so awesome. It's, you know, it's so agile and locked in feeling, you know, and that's confidence inspiring.
Yes. Okay, really quick, I want to say hello to a few more people have come in.
Yeah.
Paul Somerville, Washington County News Station, Utah. How you doing? Arco Drone Solutions, and of course, Choo Choo Night Train's in the house. And he's always fun. And let's see, what else do we have? If I missed anyone again, I'm really sorry. It's not my intention. John DiNardo's in the house. Christopher, Mitch, Ricky Dove, Lewis. Yeah, I'm just trying to. Oh, not droning about Northwest because his wife is going to hurt him. Look, I was just looking at the Mob 7 today. You should be looking at your in-laws, Russ. He's going to get in so much trouble. Aerial Landscapes, hi, how you doing? So, here we go. Hey, Mike Roach, how you doing?
Night Train said he's going to change his name to Choo Choo.
I know, I love it. Choo Choo. Every time I see him, that's all I can think in my
Yeah, we know.
FPV, I love it. Yeah, so guys, when I say that, I'm always talking about Night Train. So you love your Mobula, but what are your other drones that you have? Do you just have a couple? How many do you have?
So right now I've only got 2. I've got so this is a Hayabusa, and it's a Hayabusa because of the frame. This quad actually started out as it's called the ET-115. It's a really cheap, cheesy Chinese quad you can get off of Banggood, but it's, you know, standard stuff, you know, as far as the motor bolt patterns and the flight controllers. So I've swapped it over to a different frame and different props, and it's you know, it's almost pretty much a custom. It's a custom build at this point. You know, the only thing that I haven't changed that I really, really would like to is the camera. But I haven't gotten a camera that works with this quad yet.
Okay.
So, and then I've got another HD camera on the way, a little cheesy camera to put on it. It gets a little better footage than this thing. So
Nice.
So yeah, that should be here soon. So, but yeah, that's the only 2 quads I've got at the moment. I've got this that's in the works.
Hey, Ed.
And this is a 5-inch quad. This is just a frame. And yeah,
Ooh,
yeah, it's a pretty frame.
it really is.
And this is just pieced together parts. A buddy of mine, Kyle, pieced together. And a lot of the guys that I've met through doing the FPV out here on Facebook, they've been just super awesome. They've, knowing the situation, they've sent me, you know, got me hooked up on different parts for it. And so I'm getting really close to having most everything I need to build that thing.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So then you're going to be out with a 5-inch quad.
Yes, which everybody tells me that's what I need. So I'm hoping to get one put together.
You're going to be running around like a chicken with their head cut off going, he's coming after me. So now you're doing this channel. Where do you want to see your channel grow to?
Well, you know, I want it to grow. I want it to be the biggest thing. I want to be right there with Joe Rogan. No, I mean, that would be great, but you know, I don't know. Throw the chips where they lay, you know, and let them lay where they may. It's all in the name of fun. This channel, I think primarily my focus with this is to learn. You know, I'm learning the video editing process. You know, 6, 7 months ago, however long ago you said it was, I didn't know how to. I barely upload a video onto YouTube, but you know, now I'm to the point. I'm currently working on trying to get like special effects worked into videos with green screen and you know, and I've got the idea how it needs to happen, but to put it into practice is still on the table. But I'm working on it. I'm learning, doing a lot of learning with this channel.
Yeah, I think I always tell people there's this really high learning curve for me. So I've always had computers and things like that since wow, the 80s. You know, I had the little IBM Junior my sister had, and then I think I ended up with it. So we've always had but now anymore it seems really hard.
You know, I had a really big interest in computers when I was young. When I was 14, 15, my mom, for whatever reason, we ended up cleaning out this garage and it had like 3 or 4 old computers in it that had been underwater and stuff. And
Wow.
So instead of throwing them in the trash, I took them home, and I ended up getting one of them to work, you know, piecing and parting them all together. And then I figured out how to get the, you know, repartition a hard drive and then install an OS, and, you know. So I've always been self-taught and stuff like that. But yeah, it doesn't get any easier, though. That is for damn sure. You know, every day it seems to get just a little more muddled and confusing, you know?
Well, and they're changing so much so quickly, right?
Yeah.
I mean, back when cell phones first came out, it was like holding a brick, right?
Oh, yeah.
And now they're light as a feather, and you're not, with something big and unwieldy. And the same things happen with computers. I mean, my laptop now is of course more strong than anything I ever had in the past. So, but there's so much more to learn. I still don't know all the things that this computer will do. I still don't. And I've had this for almost 2 years.
Hey, that's funny. My computer's ancient in my eyes. So like this thing is a laptop I bought, I want to say 8 years ago, but that was probably 4 according to the way I keep time.
Yeah, according to how you keep time.
But if you really want to feel stupid, check out some quantum computing. They're starting to do stuff with quantum computing that is mind-boggling. And that's a whole discussion in itself. But that's you want to get really confused about stuff, start looking into that. And it makes these things look a lot simpler, even if I can't figure them out.
About quantum, are you talking about more like quantum physics within computing?
Yes.
Oh gosh, even just quantum physics, the way they do that, and they talk about time and how it stretches from one point to, I sit there and go, there's some things that I am not really able to grasp, even if I see it and it makes sense to me. It's just, there's a lot involved in quantum.
Oh, I could never, ever figure it out. And I don't even know if I could understand it if somebody explained it to me, but I still want somebody to explain it to me or try it, because it interests me, and there's a good chance that is a big part of the future to come, because they're advancing in it.
I'm going to see. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I've been watching a lot of things on quantum physics, guys. And when I say that, I know you guys probably are, because you're flying drones, you're doing all that kind of stuff. But I started watching that stuff years and years ago, just what they were trying to say works and connects. And it almost made my head explode. I'm just going to say, hey, Fluffinator, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. Fluffinator. I love that name. Love it. Right. Yeah. And I met new people today, and they came into the stream. Angela Critters came in to say hi. And guys, you make sure you check her out. I just sent an invite. I don't know. I sent it, Roger, through the not through an email.
Okay.
So I don't know how that's going to work. I'm fluffing. Oh, I'm okay. Thank you. Nice. I know what 1 + 1 equals. Hey, after talking to Centroid, I have no idea what 1 + 1 is. Are you in that conversation? Hey, how come you don't have a wrench in?
Yeah, I sure don't, do I?
Prop-wash. You're not even close to being a Smurf. Now you are. So, yeah, because Centroid hurts my brain too sometimes when we do the math. So I'm dyslexic too. High five to us out there. And what did you find school hard, or was it easy for you?
School was it was difficult. I ended up pretty much dropping out of school, I guess you could say. I went into homeschooling, but I didn't do the work like I should have. I did go on to get my GED though, so I'm self-educated in most things, and only things that I tend to stick are things that really hold my interest, and so yeah, schooling was tough for me, but I'm no dummy. I can figure stuff out.
Centroid saying, if your brain is hurting, means you are thinking. Right. So I got to tell you, I waited to go to college till I was 39. Yeah. And I had to study so much harder, at least it seemed to me, than anybody else. But because I had kids still at home, my first child, my third child was only 6. I waited for him to go full time before I started going back to college or going to college. I gotta tell you, it was something that I'm lucky I waited though, because some of the dyslexia in my brain kind of worked through. I don't know if that makes sense or not.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No. The casino industry helped me with that tremendously. I mean, I still can do it at times, but it's gotten worse since I've quit. It's been years now, but yeah, while I was in the industry, I got a lot better about that. I got a lot better.
Thank you, Claude. Claude, that's sweet of you. Yeah, I gotta tell you, I've gotten better, and yet now it seems like I might be reversing. I'm like, what? Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. But it really did take me quite a long time. And I studied really hard. And I gotta say that I ended up somehow having kids that all went to college and they're so much brighter than me. I don't know what happened. I just don't know what happened. I'm supposed to be smarter than them forever.
Right.
I'm a little disappointed in how this worked out.
Well, hey, I tell you, times are changing faster now than they ever have. You know, like my kids, if I had any, wouldn't know what their kids' life would be like. You know, things are still advancing pretty quick, you know.
So, Prop-wash, can I ask you how old you are?
Absolutely.
How old are you?
32.
Okay, so you came up within this whole range of computers coming on board, because like we were what were we playing, Claude? Atari? That put Claude up at my age. Atari, you know, with the ball, whatever that looked like. Hey, okay, so why I brought in Hadley is not for him to do a ton of talking, so I'm putting that out there, but he knows more about FPV than I do, so he's going to know the things to ask, whereas we are just going to talk education and Pong and Atari. If it's and I would have asked one of the other guys, but I know that Hadley's going to ask exactly what needs to be asked. But let me go back to this. So were you surprised that technology has moved so fast? Because within your lifetime, right, it started.
So my first real delve into technology I was 11 when we got our first computer, and we lived out in the boondocks. So, you know, dial up was the only, and still is the only good, real solid option out there to this day.
Right.
You know, so nothing was fast, but yeah, it's been really wild. I think the pivotal moment for me was when smartphones come out, when everybody started carrying one of these things.
Right.
That was the pivotal moment for me. That
even
was
have
like,
a pop socket, because you're really like, yeah, you have a pop socket. I don't know.
oh yeah, it's, you know, I didn't want that, but I do like it. It
Right?
sucks to put in your pocket, but for everything else, it's pretty great.
Hi, Justin.
Hi guys.
What's
I am
happening,
so
man?
tired. I am
Hi,
so
Justin.
tired.
Oh,
I
I'm
was on
sorry. I shouldn't have made you come in. I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. I was on a 2-day
Oh, no sound.
FPV
I
trip.
don't have sound. Sorry. I'll be back.
Oh, okay.
Every time I
Yeah.
bring someone in, Roger loses the stream.
Yeah, I went on a 2-day FPV trip and
Who'd you go
pretty
with?
tired. I went with my sponsor. My
Heck
sponsor
yeah.
and I took a hiatus and just took off. And
Rock and roll, man.
yeah, like I told the wife after we were out there, I was like, I think we're gonna stay out here. And she's like, what? And I was like, I've got everything I need to stay for the night. And she's like, are you kidding me? I was like, not coming home. It's like 3 hours home and it's dark and I don't want to try to drive through this, you know. And we were out in the middle of nowhere. Like the half of the part of the road that you drive out to where we were at was washed out like from this winter. So like it was really hard to get our trucks out there. Like you had to take it slow.
What state are you in?
I'm in Arizona. We were right near the Mexico border where we
Okay.
were out flying. Yeah.
Oh, you're way down.
Yeah, way south. Yeah, we were way south from where I live. And like
Man.
I'm an hour, man, not an hour, less than an hour to the border on I-10 from my house.
Wow. Okay.
You jump on the 10 and then you hit I-19 and I-19 about 30 minutes down I-19, maybe 35 minutes, you're at the border. So it's about an hour actually if there's traffic to get to Mexico from where I live. So it's close, you know. And I'm going to say this now. We need the wall. I live down here. I don't know if anybody is aware of that, but we do need it. So like anybody that's ever said we don't need it, we do. People that live down here know difference, you know the difference of why we need that.
So
But
following
yeah,
the
so
rules of no politics.
yep.
Hadley, I'm okay hearing you say that. Just I don't want to go in
No,
that.
I'm not going any further with that. Nope.
Right, but
Everybody
yeah,
always yells at me.
that's fine. So, Claude is saying he is sponsored by his wife.
Same here. My wife sponsors me too.
Yeah, right. So,
Yeah, and then I have other people that sponsor me as well. Thank God.
so Prop-wash, when you're out there and flying, do you ever get lonely? Because you do a lot of your flying alone.
No. I mean, I wouldn't mind somebody being out there, but I have no problem sitting there by myself. It's when I'm doing freestyle anyways, I kind of zone out. So even if you did talk to me, I don't know that I would say a whole lot anyways. I might mumble at you, you know. So, but yeah, it would be cool to have somebody, you know, between batteries when I'm, you know, flying solo. But yeah,
It's nice having somebody there to help you find it when you can't find it. When you
Right.
crash, you're like, where did I go down at?
true that. True that.
Other than that, it's I fly by myself all the time too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I live 35 miles from town, so when I get somebody to fly with, I'm like all excited, you know.
And a buddy of mine just moved to Arizona. Dick
Yeah,
fly?
yeah, I talk to him all the time. Yeah, well, I was talking to him until just before he moved. I'm sure you're aware of what's going on. So
Actually, I don't, man.
yeah, I'm not aware of anything either. Like he was super chatty with me and then he wasn't. So I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
All I know is he moved. And he's not far from me, man. He's like 3 hours from me. Maybe 3 hours. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to hit him up.
I think that as we're going through stuff, yeah, we kind of have people come in and come out, you know, of our lives. It's just how it works.
Yep.
Right?
He's a cool dude too. Like, and
man.
he's closer to me. I'm hoping. Yeah, he's quite the character. He's got a lot of personality. He's well reserved, but when it opens up, it's cool.
No, man, he's hilarious, dude. Me and him definitely we got good chemistry, I guess you could say. We jive pretty well together. I really, really, really hated that he moved, man, because we only got to fly once, and then his damn truck broke down out here in the parking lot. So we did get to kind of shoot the breeze a little bit, you know, him back and forth getting it fixed. But yeah, super cool cat, man. And he was over there. He was the only person that like came over while I was flying, and he was watching my feed, you know, and he's like, hey, you know, you know what a knife edge is? Yeah. Do a knife edge. Throw it on knife edge. All right. Now do a knife edge and give us some y'all. Like, wow, right on, you know, and he kind of he helped.
I love it. I love it.
Head to like how you can fly this thing, you know, because I came from airplanes, so I'm flying like an airplane, you know.
Same here. Yeah, I flew a lot of sim airplanes. Is the only thing that the only reason I'm so comfortable doing like a loop or something, I think. But like when I start spinning sideways, like my mind is like fighting it. You know, I'm sure you're doing the same thing.
It definitely, yeah. You definitely have to get your head around how that thing can move, because it can do, you know, and like my buddy Kyle, he's working on. He's got a couple of them now. He's got some 3D quads. And
yeah, that's something a few of us are getting into down here. I haven't built one yet. I'm waiting for Zoe's motors to come out. Once her motor ESC combo thing that's being built for her comes out, I'm going to be buying those and doing a 3D quad.
Yeah, yeah.
It's dope. Yeah. So I gotta start asking questions.
Yeah.
What do you predominantly fly and why?
So I probably have the most time logged with the Mobula still.
Okay. You're talking about the 7?
Yeah, this little fella right here, man. This
Yeah.
thing,
Two
at
S's.
times it has seen, and I'm sure people will probably think I'm exaggerating, but it's definitely seen 8 to 10 packs a day every day for a couple weeks at a time before.
That's not exaggerating. I know that's truth right there. It's probably more.
Some days I wouldn't be surprised.
How long have you been flying that?
The Mobula, I've only had this thing for probably 2-3 months.
And has it broken at all during that time?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's
not even a question you should ask, Val. The question is it the original? Is that your original?
I broke my first.
It is the first, yeah.
Okay, it is an OG Mobula. Cool. Okay, so you've been flying the Mobula. Do you fly 5-inch? Do you fly a 5-inch, or do you have any long range stuff?
Not yet. I've got a 5-inch frame. So there's an awesome group of guys out here. I got to throw Phil out there too, man. Phil, he came over with IckFly, and he's been a super awesome cat, showing me different ways to fly. He's got a super unique style. I don't know if you've ever seen him. Phil Beacon, I think, or Bacon.
Possibly.
Bacon
Possibly, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, if you have a link for him and you could throw it in the chat, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Give him a solid shout out. Definitely. I'm interested. Yeah, so you are building a 5-inch. Do you have all the parts for your 5-inch to build it?
Not quite. I think I'm still short. I've got some ESCs, but I've got to go through them to see if they're good or not. And I don't know how to do that yet. So I'm going to learn that. But in the meantime, I think I'm going to get a 4-in-1. And after that, I think it's just a battery and miscellaneous stuff, man.
You got flight controller, VTX, cam?
Yeah, I got a flight controller, got the VTX. I got the camera. It needs a new lens though. But yeah, that's in the works.
Yeah, I've got what flight controller are you gonna use? I gotta ask because I've got some sitting around. You might be interested in for free.
So Phil actually hooked me up on a brand new Beta F4.
Okay, that's perfect. And that Beta F4's got the PDB built into it too, so you won't have to mess with that. Cool. That's awesome. So you're set, and you got the VTX and cam.
Yeah, it's just a little cheapy Chinese. I'm sure it's a knockoff of something better, a Tramp or something. Just a little 200 milliwatt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you ever need like a TBS Race Unify VTX, the real small ones.
Yeah.
They do 25 and 200 milliwatts. My sponsor gave me a bunch of them to sell for $20 each, and they're brand new.
Oh, rock on.
Yeah. I don't know what shipping would be. It'd be pretty cheap, It'd be like by the time you get it, probably $22. But yeah, I've got like 15 of those things just sitting on my bench. I just brought them home today. But yeah, like if there's anything that I can help you with, man, just message me. If there's some parts that you're trying to find and you just can't afford, and see if we can find you something. I want to encourage everybody to fly 5-inch because it's where it's at. That's where you're going to learn the most.
That's what everybody keeps telling me, man.
Yeah, you will.
So let me ask a question, and I'm going to ask it to Night Train. Okay, Night Train, is that right? I'm not saying it's not right, but I want to know, is that right? You should go with the 5-inch first.
I mean,
I thought you'd want to go with something a little smaller so you didn't kill people.
No, I think you should learn on a 5-inch. Go out in the field, learn to fly it, stick with that same quad, and fly it for years. And you will be the best pilot with that one quad. comparative to anybody else.
Yes, 5-inch was my first.
Mr. Steele, man, I'm telling you, Mr. Steele knows what he's talking about, and that's what he
No.
preaches to everybody.
Just to tell you. Yeah, and the reason I was asking because Night Train and Plummet and those guys were the first
Mhm.
ones that were FPV flyers that I was interviewing. Were pretty much first ones, and so when I have questions, I can ask them and they'll tell me. But haven't you been flying for quite a long time also?
Drone effects, that's awesome. Sorry, Val, I see this in the, it was the battery, huh? I'm so glad you didn't buy a new cluster, man. Jeez, that would have been hundreds of dollars.
Right?
I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna take the laptop with me.
Well, we got to do an interview, so we got to keep asking you questions, man. This is
no,
interview time.
we're good. We're good.
Okay. I'm just making sure he's not going to go. I know. Where are we going? I think he's dying for a cigarette, maybe.
You called it, brother. You hit the nail.
I knew it. Oh man, I ran out of vape juice last night, and I actually smoked a cigarette in the middle of the desert this morning. I was like, it tasted so bad, but I needed the nicotine. I was getting crabby. My sponsor was all.
You take it easy. Thanks for coming in. So
all right. So we got the drone questions. What transmitter are you flying with?
I'm one of the Spectrum guys, man.
Okay.
Just
if I could afford them, I would. Yeah, they're great. They're great transmitters. So that's awesome.
I'm rocking a DX6i. So I mean, it's an older. It's not nothing cutting edge or nothing, but it does the job. It does it well.
Awesome.
So you are now basically piecing together a drone so that you have a 5-inch. Is that correct?
Yeah, between him, it's Phil and Kyle, my buddy Kyle. He's not too big onto YouTube. He's got a small YouTube channel, but he's not much into making videos and stuff. So,
right.
But yeah, he's been a huge help. And just in general, like he's got a 3D printer, and the guy he messed around and he taught me how to design stuff and change designs. So I started coming up with all kinds of stuff for him to print, and so and he's been great though. He's printed up everything I've needed and helped me out with different designs I've came up with and stuff. So
that is awesome. I gotta go get some stuff from the garage. So I'm gonna do a little walk here.
So,
both on the move.
So one thing I've noticed about FPV flyers, they seem to have no fear when it comes to scavenging and going find parts and put it together and make things fly.
Yeah, it takes
no fear.
Go ahead.
It takes you can't be scared to try something you don't know, and because like that's all the last 6 months has been for me. And I've got a bunch of RC experience, but when it comes to program a flight controller, to setting up PIDs, just getting your radio to work with the quad.
Oh man, I was just messing with that feet forward stuff yesterday. Oh
yeah.
My God, watch Stingy's video on tuning, and he's got Stingy's new video. You got to check it out. We totally dove into that rabbit hole, and it was freaking amazing. The results were awesome.
See, man, I had just learned everything I thought I could learn about the PIDs and tuning, and then I get the Mobula, and it's got this thing called the forward on it. I'm like, what?
Yeah, what the feet forward, where it's like it predicts what you're gonna do. It predicts the movements of the quad. Yeah, no, it was. Oh my goodness, I can't even describe.
So Rick is asking, what is long range compared to normal FPV drone?
That's a good question.
I consider over 2.5 miles out long range.
I'd say anything 1.5 for me.
Yeah, a mile and a half is where it cuts off from 100 milliwatts at 900 megahertz, and like your average Spectrum with the big antenna, the boom antenna on, as I call it, it's like a foot-long antenna, and then like FR Sky, the regular protocol, that'll go about 1.5 miles solid link. It's still kind of sketchy though. Like if there's trees and stuff, it'll fail safe, But
I've had some sketchy moments. I flew on the other side of, actually, it's in my latest video. I flew on the other side of some semi trailers and a couple trees.
Oh
and
yeah,
like,
that'll do it.
Way further out. And man, it threw RX lost up on the screen, but yeah, I never lost signal. So
Yep. It was reading. It was reading that it was below what its specs were.
Yeah, it didn't like it.
Oh my God.
So you've done the antenna mod for your DX or your DX6?
Yeah, the DX6i. Yeah, and that was another one that Kyle recommended, and he actually had it laying around from when he had a DX6i. So he's like, "Here, man, put that on." Okay.
Totally changed everything, didn't it?
It definitely didn't hurt. That's for darn sure. Yeah, it. I can get a ways out for just a plain old Spectrum.
Yep. It's awesome.
Surprised me.
So what receiver unit are you using on your goggles, and goggles are you using?
So I'm using the EV800D goggles, the big box goggles.
Yeah.
I've taken the battery out of them and relocated it to the a little further back, so it's a lot more comfortable. And yeah, right now it's still got stock antennas on it. That's something I would like to address here eventually. But yeah, right hand's circular, polarized.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a decent antenna on the quad. What the hell is it called?
I should see if I could get you some antennas, some custom-made antennas from the Mad Scientist.
Oh, dude, that would be crazy.
Oh,
that
yeah.
would be awesome.
Doc Murdoch, if you know him on Instagram.
I watched him years ago when I first started diving into FPV and ruined it all.
Yeah, he's one of my buddies. He comes through, and every time he's heading to California, he's got family in California. He's out of New Mexico, and I have never had a better antenna, and I've bought hundreds of dollars worth of antennas, and his custom-made ones are so much better. And they're great for the goggles. If you're using them in combination on the drone, you kind of get like a weird feedback because it's such a strong signal. But if you just put the helical and a circular polarized on your goggle, oh my God. Like, it's amazing. Like, you can, on 200 milliwatts, I can do over a mile out with clear video.
Nice.
A little bit of flicker, but nothing like fuzzing out. And that's I'll see if I can get that going for you, man. Because I'm all about helping. Well, and you're just flying a Mobula, man. I got to get you, like, let's feet forward this thing, huh? You're already here, so might as well get you into the deep end and get swimming.
Well, I've got a 2.5. I've got a 2.5 that I make most of my videos with, but man, it's a piece together. I doubt you know what it is. A King Kong ET-115.
Yep, I know it. It's very it's like it's a
big whoop, basically.
Big
ass power whoop, 3-cell whoop monster, and
450 mAh battery.
It was.
I've got some of those. I had I wasn't the King Kong. I had the oh God, I can't remember. It was another knockoff from GearBest that I got. I killed that thing eventually, but I had the little Zop 3-cell 450s. Race Day Quads calls them a 350. Little JST connector. Works great, it's a great battery, great quad. That's a good quad to fly too. Yes, if you haven't killed it, man, keep flying that thing because I had fun with mine.
Well, I threw it on that Tomo frame, and it's been nothing but solid, man. Other than one good knock, I knocked. I'm guessing one of the resistors or something loose on the receiver, but it was. I happened to have a spare receiver laying around from a King Kong GT8. That I destroyed in about 2 weeks.
Help at home, we don't ask people to leave our stream.
Wait, what was that?
Help at home said, Rick Halber, you need to go to Dennis's stream. You won the drawing.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so we'll see you guys.
See you later, Rick. I hope it was a good winning. I don't know what I don't know what's going on over there. I'm like, wait, what?
I'm like,
I'm all about free stuff. I want a picture of it though if you get it.
Yeah.
Unboxing.
Come on and
Yeah,
talk.
yeah. We want a good unboxing video.
Some sort of an unboxing, something, or a presentation of what you got.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
need to see it.
Oh,
Ta-da.
Rick's like, yeah, huh?
That is so funny. That is so funny. Hey, help
Wow.
us. Thank you for
Something
listening.
just shook my house. Holy crap.
So, have you ever thought of flying just your basic camera drone, or has that just never been an option for you?
Oh, I would love to, especially. So let me rewind a little bit. So I have got to fly a DJI Mavic Pro 2, I think is what
Oh,
it was.
wow.
It was,
My first drone. I killed that thing in 2 days.
oh my goodness.
Oh, my wife wanted to kill me. I bought it off of a tool truck too. I didn't
Oh.
buy it online, so I didn't get it cheap.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so I definitely would get into it, a nice camera drone, but just haven't had the means lately. I do want to get like a little tello or something here in the next few months or something, so I can get some just some B-roll, that really nice, because like I can get some really cool shots with my quad, but they don't have the best camera. It's not stabilized, it doesn't do well on the colors all the time. So I think, yeah, a little $100 tello, set it up on my phone just to get those beautiful B shots, or just hang out behind me while I set up to fly, I think
Right.
that's really cool.
Yeah, my sponsor gave me a few little tiny cameras yesterday. They're little cheap ones too. Like we looked them up on Amazon, and I think they're like $20 now. And he's like, man, I paid $150 for that thing 3 years ago, and he gave me 3 of them. And he's like, here, you can use these for doing like B-roll. Here's some tripods, and here you go. And I'm like, oh, thanks. What? I don't know how I'm gonna work this. He's all, you'll figure it out. Sky's the limit now. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Put the pressure on,
Right? Yeah, go make some beautiful footage.
Yeah, and I'm like, I have a hard enough time keeping my quads in the air and getting an edit out.
Right?
Oh man, I am so sunburned. My head, look at that. I look like a cherry.
Oh, so Tony Reviews, I don't know. He's on live right now. So if you want to go and check him out, he's on live. So let me see.
Cab 7. What do you mean?
No, Cap 7. He looks fine. I don't know.
Tony Reviews. Hey, is he a new person in the group?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey to everybody in the chat. I'm sorry I haven't really talked to you all. Hope y'all are doing well. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the interview.
Yeah, so let's keep asking you some questions, man. We got some more. Okay. So how far away is your favorite place to go fly that you like to fly as much as possible?
Well,
do you have a spot that's like right outside, down the road?
So the spot I fly the most is the park. I'm very fortunate. I live like damn near in the park. Like right, there's a small little parking lot, and then you're in the park. So I fly there constantly.
Awesome.
And then as a super awesome bonus, I live like across the street from this killer Jurassic Park style putt go-kart track place.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah, man. So I'm I want to get something set up for whoop races over there too. Because like, can you imagine how fun that would be? And if you guys check out my channel, it's been months ago now, or a month ago. I've got really cool videos over there.
I'm gonna ask you to drop those videos in the chat, please. Please do it. I am pinning all of these things that you've done so far. Well, one, so let's get these going too, so I can get a pin on those.
Tony, I don't want you to worry about it.
It's fine.
The minute you said it, I thought Captain would happen, and I just clicked it onto my phone, and so I was live, and he's looking pretty good. So yeah, we're fine. I have everyone confused. I changed my name. What was your name before? Hold on. Yes. Why are you trying to confuse me? Don't you see how confused I already am? Hold on, let me go.
Is this review? Is this my reviews guy? Is this Lee? Who is this?
Name the box.
I'm so tired. If I'm a little out of sorts, guys, I'm sorry. I'm doing my best here. I think I've got like 4 hours of sleep.
I don't want you to ever worry about it.
Okay.
All right.
Worry about it, Hadley.
First link's up, and that is a more cinematic, slow, getting pictures and videos of the dinosaurs. This next one is more of an acro edition or cut, and you got to keep in mind this has been what couple months.
What are you complaining about with your B-roll? That was amazing. I just watched that. Are you kidding me? Like, you know how long it would take me to come up with something like that? That was awesome, dude. Your B-roll on that first video you just put. Are you joking?
Right?
That was awesome. You did a great job. Is that like your staged thing every time, or?
Yeah, that's one of my intros.
Okay.
So since I'm trying to do the special effects stuff, I've got a new intro.
Well, remember, the first 10 seconds needs to have at least 5 seconds of the same thing for your video to be hit on an algorithm. So keep it simple and keep it the same. I got to tell you that.
I saw that.
Okay.
Yes. You want that algorithm to work in your favor, you need to have at least 5 seconds of the first 10 identical every time.
Okay.
Consistent. And if you change it, you're going to watch your numbers plummet and then they'll come back up. So
really?
Yes, you're like I've been doing a little research, and I'm not trying to push the algorithm. I'm not trying to mess with it. I don't want to get on any algorithm radar, but I do keep that consistent.
So Hadley, I was going to ask Prop-wash the same thing. I watched it, that very beginning part, and I was going to ask you if you actually had that done for you. That's how professional that was.
That's him. That's all him. I know that's him. I can tell.
Thank you.
Hell. So
professional can really.
Happen. So
there's just a little line between us and a professional, and you know what that is? Some degree. That's it.
I'm going to tell you, I just thought that was.
No, it's great. It really is. It's really good, man.
Because I had no idea.
No, check out that video, guys. Like, seriously, check out his B-roll, his beginning intro.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
I'll drop the second one again if I didn't drop it already. I may have.
No, there it is. Got it now.
Yeah, and that's just a little more acro, and I was still learning, but that was the Mobula.
Yeah. Oh man, you're gonna look back in a year. Like, I had somebody comment today on one of my videos and say, a year ago you were barely able to fly around in a baseball diamond. And my footage is different now. I'm not flying in a baseball diamond, but I still feel like I'm still a rookie. Because when I go fly with these pros, it shows I am a rookie.
Yeah. Hey man, I got to give a shout out to Agile Full too, man.
That's my dude right there. I love that guy.
He has blown my mind consistently here lately. He's been putting some mad stuff out.
Practice, man.
Oh yeah.
I gotta go grab a charger. I'll be right back. My phone's about to die.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta get out of behind me, kid.
I did like how you did those intros. Do you have your about? I didn't see your about page done.
I think I got just a single sentence or something in there, just something simple. Doing. I think it was something like doing RCs on a budget or keeping it, something budget, cheap oriented hobby, because that's my thing, I mean, I'm not above spending some money for some nice quality equipment, but if I can save $1, I'm all for it. Just a little know-how, if that's all it takes, then I'm all for it.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, with all the stuff that's coming on live, right? And stuff that we're having to learn. So when you go when you go live, you go live
Right.
on your computer, right? Is the new YouTube rule about having to have 1,000 subscribers to go live on mobile? Is that going to bother you at all? Is that going to affect anything you do?
Not currently, no. But I have been kind of playing with the idea. It's going to happen. I'm going to start streaming eventually. There's a couple things I would like to happen before then. For one, surgery, obviously, get that out of the way, start recovering from that. But I would like, I need a little camera. So the camera that I'm actually using right now is the camera that I ruined on this quad. And I taken the battery out, and I've readjusted the lens as close as it can get, which is okay for in here in the living room. It's a lot better than my 10-year-old camera that come with the computer, you know. So it got repurposed for that. But yeah, so yeah, that's what I like to do though. I like to tinker and mess with stuff.
So how are you using the little camera? Are you using it for your live stream right now? For you being on with me?
Yeah, that's the same camera that I destroyed a couple videos ago on top of the Hayabusa, and it's called a SQ12. And here's actually one tore apart. This is the SQ11, and it's very similar to the 12 in function. It's totally different in execution, and ain't nothing about it the same, but it works. The only downside to it is the lens that it came with factory was terrible. It was super narrow. It was like 100 degrees or something, and so I put a wider lens on it. It's a 150-degree lens. So this is one I had in the works, but I went ahead and you know, spent another $12 to get another SQ12, because I mean, for $12 you can smash a couple of them.
So, okay, let me make sure I got this right, because my brain is just so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's not you. It's me. Believe me. But so you're getting that, and that's what's projecting to me right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you're using it like a webcam.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
Oh wow. Oh man.
What?
Oh, I can't wait until you build your first quad. The whole world is going to open up. It's going to be like a flower blooming. It's going to be like, oh my God, I am in disbelief of all of this. I cannot believe this has all been a snow pulled over my eyes of how it's like just unfathomable technology. Oh my God, it's going to be awesome, Val. Your first build, you're going to be like,
no, it's
mind-boggling. It really is. I can't even describe it like any better than that. That's
so
just
like when I go to hook my camera, my SL, whatever, Canon, I have the cam link, everything to get it to do that. And you somehow hooked up this camera, and it works like
it's just a signal wire. Just a signal wire and power and ground. I mean, it's you hook it up through a signal in the USB. Like, I know exactly how he did it. Simple.
Plugs in, yeah.
And it comes up as a driver, as a generic cam. I already know how it works, man. It's so simple.
I have to use the microphone. That microphone it comes with.
I'm gonna get beat up through the camera here.
Yeah,
she's gonna show you what that camera can do. All of a sudden, a hand comes out of the camera, swinging like hell, and I'm like, "Oh my God! Who needs 3D when you got a interactive camera?"
I had no idea you could do that.
Yes, Val. The sky's the limit, man. Like literally, the sky's the limit, and we're building things to fly in the sky.
And it's only gonna get bigger.
Yep. Oh yeah, no. Like you gotta start now before you get left behind.
Well, and that exact thought process is why I ended up developing this and deciding to work on all these skills I've never had before. You know, because this stuff ain't going away. You never know. Editing video might be something that a majority of people may need to know. I doubt it, but I'm just saying, in theory, there's so many.
It is a learning curve. I'm telling you, there is a learning curve. Once you get it, you're like, Why didn't I think about that first?
But that's it, you know. Once you figure out how one video editing software works, well, now you kind of have an idea how the rest of them work. You know, you have the principles.
Yep.
And
So what video program do you use then? I'm trying to
so I'm using
light here.
VideoPad.
Using
Right?
VideoPad?
VideoPad. Yeah, it's
Okay.
So my computer's a little behind the times, so I tried to find the lightest weight, least demanding one I could find that would run smooth, and that was just happened to be the one. I have been trying to get this one I keep hearing everyone talk about, Resolve, DaVinci Resolve.
Right.
That's a freebie.
Yeah, so I've got it installed, and I've done it twice now, and I keep getting an error. The program can't access some library, so I'm guessing I might have firewall issues or something. So,
yeah,
I just haven't messed with it much.
Well, and that's the thing is, do you want to take that firewall down for that one program
really.
so somebody can come in a back door that way?
Exactly.
I bought Filmora a while back, and it's a lifetime subscription to it. It's a one payment, and you can get coupon codes from them. Like if you subscribe to their email, they'll send out something to you like within the first week or two that you've subscribed to their email generated thing, and they'll give you like 50% off, 60% off. When I bought it, it was going to be like $65 or $75. $69.99 is what it was originally cost, and I got it for $29 something because it was like X amount of percentage off. And my buddy was the one that told me to do that. He's all, download the free version and let it keep popping up in the bottom of your computer with the offer. And when it gets up to, I think it's 50% is when you do it. And like you just put the code in when you go in to buy it, and it cuts the price down half, and it's a lifetime. It's not when they update it, you get the new one, you know. What?
This is what you needed to tell me before I bought it.
I could have swore I said something. I usually tell everybody this. No, if I didn't, I am sorry. I may have not. There is a chance. I usually try to tell everybody that. I may have made a mistake, Val. I'm sorry.
When I was doing content, I just used Filmora. I went and bought Filmora, and then I got is it Epidemic Sound or whatever that's called?
Yeah, the audio one.
So you can get music and all that kind of stuff. You don't have to.
Yep.
So hang on, where you guys get your music? Because that has been my biggest.
Oh, dude. I'm not going to say anything about my music on here. Period. No, I'm not saying anything about my music. I have a place where I get all of my music for free, and it is put onto my computer for free through a cloud, and it's somebody else's cloud, and I am able to download and put the music on my videos. So I don't know if it's free or legal, but I'm just using a friend's cloud login, and I get whatever music I want. Like I can look up anything. He's got like 7 million songs in this cloud of his. He's like, dude, you ever want music, dude, just go in there and download it. Just do not delete any of it.
You're saying you see it for $99 lifetime. If it's Filmora, that's not a good price because you can get
then it'll be half price for $50. Yeah, it was
when I got it.
Yeah, because now they have the Filmora Pro, Val, that we have access to. We didn't have to pay for it because we got in before they came out with the 3 different versions that they have now. I still use Filmora 8 because it's light on my computer. I tried Filmora 9 and then 9 Pro, the Pro. My computer could not handle it. Like it just took a dump. Like it dropped everything and just literally shut off when I was running Pro. So
yeah, John DiNardo, hold out then.
Hold out. Do what I said.
Going and waiting until you see that price drop.
Get the freebie. Get the free version. It'll put a big old tag across the bottom of the screen here saying this is developed or made with Filmora, and then in the bottom right, it'll pop up with a pop-up, and don't block the pop-ups from Filmora. Let them come through because you're gonna want them. So
also, I'm looking down. So Mew. The link that Drone Shots is sharing. Now I don't know how he doesn't have all the music but I've heard it said, I'm not swearing to anything, that his music is okay to use, but again, not swearing to it. I use Epidemic Sound. It's like $13. And when I was doing a lot of content, it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because I never had to worry.
Yes,
Well,
yes,
that's it.
John, it does put the watermark on there. Yeah.
I want some more of that mainstream sound, but I don't want to have to worry about copyrights. Now, I mean, granted,
See, I take the hit for the person that's creating the music. I let them get their clicks, you know, per clicks or whatever for the payment. And I'm not on here to make money off of YouTube. I'm on here to share my content and help people. So like if you're here to possibly go and make money off of your videos in the future, you're going to want to use the free music. If you don't care and it's not a thing for you, like me, that's my personal opinion. I don't really care if I'm going to make money from here or not. I just want to help people. That's my whole thing, is just help the next guy that's going to, because there wasn't a lot of people helping me, you know.
Oh, sure. No, that's always my end goal, as well, for me to learn and then pass that on, if I can, to someone else that wants it. And so, you know, that's always in game, the idea. But, you know, I don't ever really plan to make money, especially with this channel.
Yeah.
It's more of a niche, really. It's, you know, it's not going to ever be mainstream. So it's not like
No, don't say that, man. You never know what's going to happen. What if a million people next year sign up to fly FPV?
That's
a million, not 100,000, a million next year.
Well, that's
you don't know. You don't know what your channel's going to do. Like me, I'm going to make it known. Justin ain't about the money. Because I ain't got no money. I ain't expecting any.
You know, but that's it. Like you said, you know, if a million people jumped on next, you know, in the next month, and all of a sudden I'm huge. Well, you know, if I can make enough money, you know, to support what I'm doing with the channel, then hey, man, that makes my content better, and it makes, you know, it makes me better at what I'm doing. And maybe
if there's ever any money made, it's always reinvested into my hobby of some sort.
You know, I can tell you what I heard from someone who's really good at this. It was Sean Cannell, and he was talking about how hard it is to make this thing go. You have to work really hard at it. But he also said that when you make money, you got to reinvest it back in to your YouTube business, to your hobby.
You have to. It's like everything. Yeah, you got to. It's like investing into yourself.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think that's so true. But for some of us who don't have a lot of money, right? Because you know we're all in this big boat together.
We're all in the FPV trenches together, man. Shrugging it out. Shrugging it out. God, I wish I had a little bit more money.
Right? You know, that's like, you know, everybody in the FPV community, or all the new people, I should say, they all want to see reviews. They want to see what people's opinions are on this quad that they're thinking about.
Oh my God, I know, man.
And like, I've only done 2.
How many videos have you watched before you bought your first drone? Is the question.
Oh, dude.
Thousands.
That's
thousands.
What prompted it.
And your family is probably like, I hear drone motors all day long. It's driving me crazy, right?
Lisa
Yes.
she's just gone bonkers with it. She can't stand it no more, you know. Like, yeah.
You're right there with me, dude. Dude. Okay. So, how long have you been interested in FPV? That's my first question.
I've been doing it maybe 6 months.
Oh, dude. I got a little bit of time on you, and I have a very grumpy wife. She's a wonderful person, but she can be hella grumpy. And the drone thing, she's hated until 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And it's been 2 years. Like, man. I couldn't watch videos around her without headphones in, period.
Well, I'm going to tell you that one thing I like is that how all the guys are using music now. Mm-hmm. And even I do when I'm flying. Because when you turn it on, to me, it sounds a little bit like drilling teeth. That's what it sounds like. And if I'm out there making the sound myself, doesn't bother me at all.
You know, it's interesting that you say that because
Yeah.
here's why Lisa hates the damn things is because I make her watch a lot of my videos before I post my hey babe, look at this. Does this look okay? Make sure it's good. You know, and she don't want to see that shit. But that was the first thing she said was, oh, you got to get rid of that buzz, that humming, that yeah, you're drilling teeth. What is that? But us FPV heads, you know,
Ooh, those motors sound deep. Those sound mean.
Yeah, that
Oh
motor's
my
got
God, look at
punch out
that.
in it. Right. And listen to them props work, you know. It's that's
Listen
what
to
we
these
do.
stators just killing it.
Yeah, these things
You
are
know,
singing.
nobody
Man,
understands.
Is that 5S or 6S, you know?
Nobody understands it. Nobody understands it except for us that fly. And that's the thing is that like any significant other will tell you to get rid of the annoying sound. My wife told me to get rid of the annoying sound for the longest time, and I was taking it out. And I have people like, "What happened to the motor sound? What's up with this drowned out music on there?"
Right. Why can't I
And
hear it?
yeah, and I'm not trying to like dog on anybody that like I have cameras that the audio sucks. Like you're not going to get good audio from it, and it's going to sound horrible. So yeah, you bog it out, drown it out, try to kill out any of the kilohertz that are really bad on it, that are complete distortion. I mean, you can solder like a 330 cap onto the mic, and it'll take the distortion down greatly. I don't know if you knew that trick.
That's
So
a
you
good idea.
well, it's something I learned when I was going to school for electrical engineering. If you can get a little teeny tiny cap, like a little actual cap that goes on a board, and solder it in between the 2 points where the mic is connected, it will actually deaden any distortion. It'll reduce it, and make sure you use an FM cap.
So can I take a moment to ask something to the people in the chat?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Please do.
probably already knew all this. Is that true, or am I the only one learning something today? I'm just asking. So I'm like, are you kidding? Really?
Right? Night Train.
Audio.
So Night Train, the reason you love the sound on your GoPro is because it has a cap
People hate
on the mic. Yep.
Nice. Yeah, like you said, I've definitely ran a filter by it, a high pass, but I tend to leave the sound on just a little bit. Like you can just hear when the music gets in a quiet spot, you know.
Night Train, we know it all.
That's what
Smart.
Australia. Yeah, because I'm saying, and I'm just like, really? Because the sound it's the pitch of it hurts my ears. But when I'm outside flying my stuff, it's like it's okay.
Yeah, so the other thing that with the audio that you can also do, other than capping it, is you can pre-filter it, and then re-render it, and then pre-filter it again, like in the Filmora editor. I can kind of get the audio somewhat generated so it's not horrible, but there still is that underlying distortion, and you can never get rid of it. And yeah, I mean, like there's people like me that share this information about filtering the audio, or they've taken apart a GoPro and seen how the GoPro has done it, like on the Session 5 versus a Session 4 for the microphone setup. You'll see that there's a circuit board on the back of the microphone on the Session 5 versus there is no board on the microphone on the Session 4. So like, yeah, there's tons of things you can do. Like if you ever have any questions though, man, just PM me on Facebook, Instagram. My email is in my about me on here, and I'm all about helping people out. I'm not going to give you a parts list on drones to build. I will not do that. I love you guys dearly, but that is your choice. And if you have a part picked out and you're going to want to know about it, go check the reviews, because there's tons of people out there making the product reviews, and look for the census that's the same. Don't go off of one review. Watch 10 different people. Make sure they're not like a part of that team. You know what I mean? Like if they're a team and they have that pop-up on their thing, and that's the brand that you're shopping around for, and they have a pop-up that they're sponsored by that person, take it with a grain of salt. It might be true. It might be 100% true, and they might be telling you all the ins and outs of the product because that's what the product producers want them to do. And then there's also product producers that do not want you to bash it in any way, and they will not send you anything else if you bash their stuff. So you gotta be cautious of that. There is people out there that do that, and it's not because they're doing it for that. They're doing it to feed their family.
True.
People got to feed their kids, man. I mean, it's not a lie. They'll talk about all the great features,
Yeah, and that's too bad. It's too bad that we got into the point where.
Well, that review isn't to bash it; it's to tell you about it.
Right.
And that's what they'll tell you, that this is not a full-on, extensive 3-month review of use. This is a first impressions, and they're probably not going to post it if it don't work. If they get something sent to them as a prototype and it doesn't work, they're not going to post about that unless they're wanting to bash the company in some way, or they're just wanting to tell the truth that they got sent a broken prototype. But it happens, man. I've had prototypes come that I've been sent by people where I had to rewrite the code to get it to work. They sent me all the code and I had to retype it in. Like, I couldn't copy and paste that. It took a long time. I type like crap with one hand, but it worked. It worked. Once I did that, it took me 2 hours to type all that stuff in, constantly two-handed one. I call it a pigeon pecker,
Yeah.
That's how I type.
The poke and hope
That's
method.
how I type. I used to type fast. I used to type like 45, 50 words a minute until my injury in my hand. But, dude, if there's so do you have any questions for me about FPV? I want to see if there's anything that you got on your head that's been bugging you lately that you haven't got an answer to, stuff like that. Maybe I can help you find an answer kind of deal if I don't know it.
No, not yet anyways, or at least not right now. Nothing.
Gotta ask.
Ask
these
sure,
questions,
man, for sure. No, I'm one of those people though. Like I don't know, how do I say it? Like I'll get obsessed. Like I want to know. I want to learn. I want to know how it works at its basic form. And like, I'm just one of those people. I'll research the shit out of it until I can't see straight,
You know what's really funny is all of us FPV people have an obsessive disorder.
Yeah.
We have to. For something this finicky and this troublesome to want to continue with it, we are obsessive. Like, I can't say anything other than that. We are. Like, I don't know what extent everybody is. Mine's bad. Like, I'll do what you're doing. I'll research it for days until I get an answer. I don't care if I got to go and track down people I went to school with,
right.
And I'm on the internet emailing people that I don't even know if their email is checked anymore. And then like a month later, I'll get an email back and I'm like, I finally got the answer. Yes. Yeah. And it's from somebody I went to ITT with, like, it has nothing to do with FPV, but they know the technical answer. And and they're still working in the field. So
yeah, we are actually in the portion of the program for the last 10 minutes where we let people, if you put it in the chat, I'll ask them the questions, or Hadley will. And that's kind of what I do. But this conversation was so new to me. Well, not all of it, because I've talked to FPV'ers before, but I just was enjoying it.
Yeah, Val, no, this is awesome. I love sharing, I've got a really big onion that still needs to be peeled.
I want to build a drone, and people have told me that maybe I need to buy a kit.
No, we'll give you a list of stuff that you need to get.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get you. If you really want to like get into learning how to solder, we can get you some junk electronics sent to you through the mail that you can sit there and just solder the crap out of and make a mess on,
She gave me her boyfriend who had died had a bunch of solder stuff. So I got a lot of stuff right now. I just need to
You need electronics to ruin or make work.
Yeah.
So I took apart, like, I literally went down to the junkyard and it was like, yeah, exactly. Like, I went down to the junkyard, Val, and I was asking, do you guys have any circuit boards or anything that you're not going to be recycling? They're like, there's a tile over there that we can't recycle because it's got the wrong kind of something on it. I think it was the board. They were like a gray colored circuit board. And I could solder to anything on that. It was a whole metal board. And I brought a couple of those home, and that's how I practiced the solder before I was even going to school. And man, oh man, oh man, I had a glob of solder where I used like 4 ounces of solder in one spot just to see how high I could stack the pile.
Hands down, the hardest thing I've ever tried to solder was one of the MOSFET resistors for a loop board, and I almost got it, man. I almost.
So the problem with that, and nobody understands this, is there is a soldering iron that is like a tweezer, and nobody knows about them because there's people like me that use them all the time building circuit boards. So you can either do the easy paste, where you put the paste, and once it's heated with the heat gun, it solidifies and it turns into solder for the board. Or you can do it where you're repairing the board and you have a pair of soldering tweezers. And if you look that up on Amazon, they're about between $15 and I don't know, $150, depending on how good a quality you want. And you can solder, you can desolder caps, it's 2 solder points on it, and it's squeezable. Great. Yeah. So take a look at that. That's another thing that a lot of people don't know about.
No, that would have been super handy, man, because I'm using.
It heats up both ends. I mean, you could use 2 soldering irons and have somebody else help you with holding the tweezers to hold it there, and then they tweezer, like you have the tweezers and you got 1 soldering iron, and have the wife hit the other side.
Right.
My wife and I have done that, and I'm like, wait a second. She's all, what? I'm like, have you seen my toolbox from school? And she's all, what? I'm like, where's my toolbox from school? Like all my school stuff. And she's like, it's out in I don't know, it's in the garage, I think. And I'm out there for like hours looking for this toolbox. I come in the house and I'm like, I got my toolbox. I open it and I'm like, oh, it's ruined. Like everything was rusted in there because it'd been out in the moisture. Oh yeah, but still, I ordered some new stuff and I replaced some of the stuff that was in there, and I had part numbers at least to what to buy. And yeah, these little things, man. I'm telling you, little hints go a long way for people.
Yeah, man.
I have helping hands.
Yeah, helping hands are definitely needed.
Helping hands things or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I got just the basic one like you.
What's that?
That's a helping hands kit. It looks like the Harbor Freight edition.
I'll be right back.
This actually came off of, I think it was eBay.
Oh, okay. It looks just like the one I got from Harbor Freight. I never got the magnifying glass though. It said it had a magnifying glass in the box. It didn't have one. I was super bummed.
This
thing, it was a light too.
Yeah. See? Oh, and I left it on, so it's dead. But yeah, man, like I'm my eyes are like the one thing that is actually getting to be a problem, and so like these right here have saved my a couple of times.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, I agree.
Guys, I feel like these are mine.
Yep, that's the Harbor Freight one right there. That's the one I have.
Yeah, them are perfect.
That's perfect, Val. So the only thing that I can suggest is on the alligator clips that you need to put shrink wrap over each end. So you open them up, you open it up, you slip heat shrink on each tip there, and then you heat it up with a heat gun. And it'll keep it from damaging electronic components when they bite down onto it, because I guarantee you those are I don't know, I'm guessing probably a 10-pound squeeze, 5-pound squeeze on those alligator clips instead of like a 1 pound or a 1.5 pound you're supposed to have. Yeah, if they're super strong, it can damage electronic components.
Right.
So there is a reason that some of them are more expensive when it comes to the alligator clips, but you can also just buy just the alligator clip that you've got there as a replacement, and it'll be like $1, and it's old school roach clip is what they're called, and and the roach clip ones they don't bite real tight. I'm just saying, probably not the best name for it because it's like in some states that'll get you arrested. You have a what?
Yeah, I don't have to worry about that in Colorado.
Yeah, that's all here. That's just Philly. Philly's in the house. What's going on, buddy?
Philly,
how you doing, Philly?
Philly. Hey guys, make sure you check out the channels in here. We know you have a lot of choices, especially tonight on the Sunday night, also on the Tuesday evidently. And I just appreciate the fact that you decided to come in and get to know Prop-wash with me a little better. And I don't know what that thing is. Go
I
away.
love it.
bud.
I love it, Remote Pilots Australia. Just have your family members hold things when you solder. Keeps the kids in line. You better listen.
Right?
It don't take much to burn yourself with a soldering iron, man.
See, it was holding the flashlight for me, you know. Here, hold this flashlight. No, not like that.
Oh man.
You know. Quit moving it. Quit
Yeah,
shaking.
right. Put your wrist down on the table. Quit shaking everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
I to get Kim to hold stuff while Roger learns to solder.
I'd watch
Okay.
that.
Prop-wash, you want to go in and post, say something in the chat.
Yes, yeah.
Arthur Hadley, would you do the same thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't see Paul. I think Paul's just so sick he probably went to bed.
Yeah, he was. I know he's been feeling down.
Right?
I'm telling you, this cold is contagious through the dang internet.
Oh, don't say that. I don't need none
I'm
of that.
serious, man. I'm not even joking because I had, there was no way for me to catch the cold. I hadn't been around people in a month, at least a month, like around anyone else. And then all of a sudden I'm sicker than a dog. Internet bug. Contagious by up here, you know.
You've been on here. It wasn't me. It was from Hadley.
Yeah, I was dying. I literally almost died, you guys. I had pneumonia, walking pneumonia.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Take it easy, John. It was good meeting you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Was that Roger? That was flying today. It was Roger. And then
Roger
Kim,
and Kim. Yeah, Kim was harassing him.
it was on Roger's. It was Roger flying. And then on Kim's, for about Kim, he just kept buzzing Roger, just like a
Do it, Roger. Do it, Roger. Just turn around and be like.
Did Kim ever get his quad out of the tree?
No.
Oh, Kim, did you get your quad
I
out
don't
of
think so.
I remember
I think there was. I think he had snow back there, didn't he? Still.
Yeah.
I would just let it sit there, man. I ain't going after it. Snow on the ground.
Well, that's, you know, he said, oh, it's out in the tree.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
why don't they get it? And then they said something about like measuring their snow in feet or something. I'm like,
Yeah, it
okay,
was
that's why I would.
Yeah, it was like
leave it
4
too.
feet. Yeah, it's still there. It's still there, guys. Yeah, I wouldn't get it either, man. I'll get it when I get it, or if wind blows it out of the tree.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Oh man, I thought I was gonna have a quad stuck up on a big old conveyor thing at this abandoned mine I was at.
Oh, dude, I want to hit some bandos. I've never been to a bando.
It like I've been to a couple of them, and I usually have problems. Like today and yesterday, I didn't have too bad of problems, but last night or yesterday, I hit something. I blew out a motor, and like when I was flying the quad, I normally fly this quad all the time, and like I got on the Centroid doing the simulator. I hadn't flown on a simulator in a year. Like I have not touched the simulator, and I'm, God, this feels so weird. I'm having so much trouble, and then all of a sudden it started to click, and I'm like, uh-oh, this is not good. And I started doing laps, and I wasn't going fast because I suck at racing, but I got used to it. And then I go out and fly yesterday, and I'm like, oh my God, what is wrong with my quad? I need to tune it. And I'm like just freaking out. And my sponsor, Sean's looking at me. He's like, what's wrong with you? You okay? You having a stroke? Like, he was dead serious. Like, you're flying like an idiot. And I'm like, yeah, I know. All I can do is just pop-ups and loops and little doodad things here and there. And he's just like, bring the quad in. Let's see what's wrong. And we started watching videos on tuning, and like, it was just me. It was all me. It was all me from getting on that dang simulator. I was so used to my stuff.
Man, I've heard that from people. They get on a sim and they get all hooked in, you know, and
Locked in. Yeah. And then you get out there and you're like, oh my God.
Why they think, you know, it's a whole nother ball game again. But
Yeah.
no, I tell you, somebody I really enjoy watching fly bandos, man, is Bot Grinder.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's the band. He's the bando guy, man. He like
Yeah, dude.
does everything he can to represent that. And they've been talking about all those spots. They're losing them because they're getting torn down. New businesses are getting built.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
as much as I, love the idea of flying a bando, like abandoned buildings just really aren't a great thing. But you know what I mean? They're not in themselves great, but I'm all about flying a quad through one.
Drone shots, is that like a SMI question? You're never going to find a quad that can run off a 1S to 6S. It's just not going to happen.
What are you looking for on Banggood?
I'm trying to get him to tell us exactly so I don't have to scroll. Oh, fine, I'll scroll up. I don't see it. Yeah.
Man, if you want a cheap, fast quad, Diatone's got that new version of the 230
Charger. Sorry, man. He's looking for a charger. So, how many batteries do you charge a day or when you're going to go fly is my first question about a charger. Wait for his answer. It'll be about 20 seconds. But yeah, so chargers, like, I'm cheap. I don't buy the expensive stuff. I'm like $30 is my max, $35 for a charger. If it's 40 bucks, that thing better be real nice. Have some sort of warranty.
I'm rocking a vintage Venom Pro Plus.
I think we talked about this. Yours is metal and mine's red.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Mine's red plastic. Yep.
It's ancient, man, or at least I don't know. It feels old.
Yeah, it works. That's all that matters.
Shit.
Function.
Bearings in the fan still work.
Okay,
good.
so he says depends. Well, I need an answer. Depends isn't an answer. I need an actual answer. Do you charge 20 batteries when you go fly or 5? If it's 2 Phantom batteries and like 15 15 F, I don't know, 4S. I just need to know those because it means if you're going to get a dual charger, a 4-port charger, or just a single port charger. And Venom, I suggest Venom chargers. They're very good. They're not exactly the cheapest. They do have their own built-in power supply, so you can just plug them right into your house power, and it'll work from 110 to 220 volts. And that's something that a lot of people want, something easy, where they just plug it in, they plug their batteries in, and it's charged. Or we can go the professional route and get you one of the IDST and get like a 24-volt power supply and like balance boards, and it's going to charge all of your batteries because they're all the same cell. So yeah, the reason I'm asking these questions, there's a lot of answers I could give you.
So guys, I just wanted to say we hit the 7 o'clock hour. I like holding to what I asked you to do. I asked you to come join me for 2 hours, and our 2 hours had just gone by. I want to thank all of you that came chatting. Sorry, I'm going to give you final word, guys. And is there anything else someone wants to ask Prop-wash or Hadley? I know we see them on Canadian Drone Hub, so this won't be your only chance to ask questions. But if there's anything you want to know, now would be the time. I'll give you a few seconds while Hadley sings some songs. Go ahead, Hadley.
Okay. So the 1S to 6S, you have all kinds of batteries. I use Turnigy battery chargers for the cost effectiveness. You can get those on Amazon or eBay, and they usually come with their own power supply where it'll charge up to like 3 amps at a time per charge. And there's tons of videos out there on what charging capacities are, what capabilities of the batteries are, that kind of stuff. Okay, so
Prop-wash, can you put something in the chat?
Yes.
Can you teach an old dog new tricks? Centroid would like to know.
Yes, I can. Centroid, you're learning new tricks every day, man. What are you talking about? But you're not an old dog. You're a smart dog. He's a teacher. You can't call a teacher a dog in any way. Nope.
No, I can't teach dogs anything.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's a teacher. He's a teacher, man. He knows.
Diesel.
He knows.
Where's Diesel? Come here, Diesel.
I know. I got a dog back here that's like going crazy for this ball. Look at this ball.
Just
Oh,
it's
you
dog
killed the ball. It don't flash no more. Oh, there it goes. This ball. My dog loves this ball.
Here's the little dog I teach tricks. He don't know a whole bunch.
Hi, puppy.
Isha, look.
Get it.
Oh,
Get
goodness.
your toy.
Keyboard.
Oh, he's adorable.
Oh,
This
he's
What kind of
guy-
dog is that?
he is a Minchin. So he's a
Min.
Jap-
Oh, he's. Yeah, I know what he is.
Minchin. Yeah, he's a wild little dog.
guy, I can't.
He's
keep
smart.
you.
That dog will work you over 10 days to Sunday, man. It's a smart dog.
Like we've even bought him puzzles and stuff, man, and he will tear
That
up.
is awesome.
He will shred a puzzle and no problem. And he,
Okay, guys. So anyway,
Centroid, you flew.
Huh?
Centroid flew. Centroid flew his quad. He went out and flew his baby hawk.
Oh,
He's posting his vid of his first real FPV flight in a second.
cool. I'll check it
I
out.
am excited. No, he flies so good on the sim. Like I was worried. I didn't want to say anything to him. I was a little worried because he spent so much time on the sim and he had a quad. And I was like, ooh. And when I went and flew and I had problems, I was like, oh God.
Thinking about
Yeah, I'm worried about his brand new investment, you know.
yeah.
At least he went with a little one just to get out there and try and maybe set the sim down, you know, and beat it up a little bit. And then he's going to want a 5-inch. As soon as he goes and flies with somebody with a 5-inch, he's going to be like, I got to have one.
Yeah, yes. We'll see you later. Probably on tomorrow on Roger's stream. Oh yeah, he's gonna post it. So guys,
Awesome.
I really appreciate you being here. I know you have choices, of course, tons of choices. The fact you decided to come in here is just super sweet, and we so appreciate that. I want to thank Hadley for coming in because he was able to ask those questions that just weren't going to happen with me asking. And Prop-wash, thank you so much. Now we know if he ever goes to this casino, we go to him for the money.
We hope that he's the floor boss because Centroid and I'll be in there counting cards. I go in, I swoop into the casino, I hit the blackjack tables, and I get out of there. They can't count cards on the slot machine, but there is a way to know when they're going to hit. I'm just not going to tell that. He knows. Prop-wash knows. He knows when those numbers start hitting. He's like, oh. Well,
there are patterns for sure.
There is. It's an algorithm. You know, there's going to be a pattern.
I never know. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. Roger, thanks for coming in, even though you didn't have sound. Furball, Centroid, Drone Effects with Claude, Ricky Dove, Billy Drone Life, Ed, thank you. Night Train, thank you for coming in. Everyone who came in, we have Ed, Drone Shots, Hadley Famous FPV, Glennis's, Claude, well, Enric Halper, everybody, guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Remote Pilots Australia, thanks for jumping on, mate. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Had a good talk with you the other day.
Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you soon.
Night, everyone.